Hello, this is Vergi1 here with my week 1 match of the ULB. That's probably not what it is. I don't really care that much. This is my very first video. I recently downloaded a screen recorder and decided to do this because a couple people have asked me to. I don't know how many people are going to watch this. I really am doing this for my own self-entertainment. If you do support me, thank you. I'll probably make a video about what kind of content I would put on this channel. Mainly though, a lot of Pokemon content, leagues, maybe some laddering later on. I might do a Nuzlocke or something if I find time for it. I do not own a computer right now. I'm at my grandma's house using her computer. I'm saving up for one. I'm about 3/4 of the way there. And once I do that, I will be able to upload pretty frequently. Since I am in 5 leagues right now, I'd probably record for all of them. Because I'm not biased. I'm not that biased. I'm just saying the PFL's the best. Either way, this is my week 1 match. I am Vergi, my team is Mega Absol, Latios, Doublade, Volcarona, Rotom Wash, and Rhyperior. Its Absol is SD Sub, Knockoff, Play Rough. Latios is Roost, Defog, Psyshock, Draco with a Life Orb. So I'm gonna be dropping Dracos on this guy's face because he doesn't really have a switch into this Latios. Nothing wants to take a Psyshock. Nothing. This Doublade has some Spadef in it to check this Diancie. It can come in on a Moonblast and live in Earth Power afterwards. And of course knock it out with Iron Head. Volcarona, just generic Quiver Dance. If I Quiver Dance after I knock out this Blissey, I can probably sweep. This is a Scarf Rotom Wash, just since I felt like it would put in work. It's modest, so it does not outspeed the Zebstrika or the Crobat, but everything else on this team does get outsped. And then the Rhyperior is just a bunch of random attack, defense, Spadef, HP, just for different things, mental calcs, whatever. He has Mega Diancie, Hippowdon, Blissey, Haxorus, Zebstrika, and Crobat. Mega Diancie, obviously a threat. Nothing wants to take a Moonblast except for my Doublade and my Volcarona. Volcarona doesn't want to come in on this monster at all. Hippo just wall. Blissey just annoying. Haxorus, if it de-dances, there is opportunity for it to sweep. I have a couple physically defensive walls that can take it on, but if they get weakened, it does have a potential. Zebstrika, I'm not really that worried about. It's fast, but its attack and attack just isn't that high. Crobat, just a nice pivot, probably U-turn or something. Let's get in the battle. Battle starts. He leads off with his Mega Diancie as I lead off with my Rotom. As I said, I am Scarf, and I just click Hydro Pump, thinking he's obviously going to protect. He knows that he will not OHKO me, and he does not want to go down this Hydro Pump, so he goes out into his Blissey, and I do a solid 21%. Now, against the Blissey, I think that's pretty impressive. I am locked into Hydro Pump since I am Scarf though, so I need to switch out into my Rhyperior. Rhyperior can take anything, Thunder Wave if he sets up rocks. The best it can do is Seismic Toss me. And now I have this thing that I can get pretty free rocks up here because he's not going into Diancie on a Rhyperior. As the Hippowdon comes out, I get up my rocks. I think he's probably just going to get up his rocks, but I don't want to take an Earthquake if he does want to go for that. So I'm just going to go out to my Latios, as he does go for Earthquake and does not get his rocks up. Obviously my Levitate procs, I am a Latios. I click Psyshock here just so that he can't get a free switch into either Blissey or Mega Dynasty. And it does big damage. I do get a crit here. It did not matter. He was going down to 2. I mean, look at that. It did 75%, which a crit is 1.5 times. That means it was doing 50% without a crit. Life orb damage, racking up a little bit. He goes out into his Mega Dynasty. This would be a speed tie, and I do not want to risk it, because I know Doublade can come out here, take a Moonblast, and eat an Earth Power afterwards, as well as Oko this thing. The Hippowdon is probably a pretty obvious switch right now, but I do not want to risk this thing just living in general. So I do go for the Iron Head. No need to make a prediction. Last time, when Hippowdon was here, I went out into Latios, so another safe switch. I'm just going to go into my Rotom here. Because Hippowdon really can't touch it unless it Toxics it. As he makes a double out into his Crobat, predicting my Latios probably. Since I am Scarf Rotom, I can just throw off a Hydro Pump here. Since it hits everything and nothing really wants to take a Hydro Pump. Haxorus, it's neutral, but I mean, it still does like 40%. As he goes into his Hippowdon and it drops. I didn't go for the electric stab there just because I didn't want him to get a free switch into Hippo. Here I'm locked into Hydro. I'm not going to do a lot to this thing, so I just go out into my Doublade, which I don't really need all that much because I still have things that deal with Dynasty. As he Dragon Dances up. This is scary. Like, a +1 Haxorus at this point can probably sweep me pretty easily. As EQs, I have insane bulk with the Violate, and I can get off a bunch of chip damage with its Iron Head and Shadow Sneak priority. I see how much health my Rhyperior is at, and I can live in Earthquake with Solid Rock at this range. So I go into my Rhyperior. No reason to risk a Stone Edge miss. I just click Earthquake and knock this threat out. And the toxic damage racks up. I am living on 1%. That's probably the solid 3 HP right there. Love the skillful players. As he goes out into his Mega Dynasty, I have no reason to keep this really. If he wants to set for Rock Polish or something, I punish him with an Earthquake. And then I go out to my Rotom, which at this point can really just clean up. It doesn't outspeed the Blitzel or the Crobat, but they can't really touch it. Since I do have my Scarf though, I do outspeed the Dynasty. And from here, I can just click Hydro Pump 3 times and proceed to win this game. Zebstrika does a solid 60%, does a lot more than I thought it would. A lot more than I gave it credit for, at least. I like zebras. It goes down. Out comes the Crobat, takes some rock damage. Nothing it can do to me at this point, unless it has like Specs, HP, Grass, and is an absolute legend. And in that case, I would praise it. Goes down to the Hydro Pump. The crit there just to rub it in. And then that is my week 1 game. I win 4-0 is the victory. Rotom washed, definitely the MVP of this match. 4 kills. He just wasn't ready for it. His only check for it was Blissey, which just isn't very reliable. It's not that bulky. Okay, it's kind of bulky. It's just not really that bulky. Let's be real here. It's just annoying. And yeah, that is my week 1 game. Thank you for watching.